Welcome back to more XLB action here in week number 3. We have the Oaxaca Warriors taking on the Boise Ninjas here today. Oaxaca coming into today. Actually, both Boise and Oaxaca coming into today with a record of 1-1. Both teams in the West right now. So, well, they're going to be in the West going forward as well. So, 1-1 in the West. On the mound for the Warriors is going to be Ranger Suarez from the Philadelphia Phillies and Andrew Abbott on the mound for the Ninjas from Cincinnati. Both pitchers a 2.8. Legends for the Warriors are Craig Biggio and Fernando Valenzuela. Legends for the Ninjas are Randy Johnson and Ichiro Suzuki, and it will be the aforementioned Craig Biggio leading off. The Warriors, a team put together by our friend Jazz. I'll be controlling both teams today and doing the scoreboard stats as well. So a little bit of patience on this one, as it usually takes me just a smidge longer to keep this one going. But it's going to be Abbott on the mound taking on Biggio to lead this one off. And we are underway with Abbott getting Biggio to ground out to the catcher. One up, one down. We'll bring up Christian Yelich now. I was trying to do the iPad with my left hand. Abbott. He's out of there as well. And that's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. No error. Let me just stop saying no error. I just get used to it. Ramon Laureano going to come up third in the lineup for the Warriors. And Abbott. We'll get him as well, as he's going to line out to the third baseman, and that'll be 3 up, 3 down for the Warriors. Andrew Abbott gets through that inning. Bottom of 1 we go, as Ichiro Suzuki is set to lead off for the Ninjas. Ichiro off to a bit of a slow start this season, as he's only batting .222 right now. So we'll see if he can get things going here against Ranger Suarez, and he does not, as Ichiro strikes out. Ichiro doesn't even have the ability to strike out on his card, and Ranger Suarez able to get him. Alex Bregman, and Suarez will strike out Bregman as well, so back-to-back strikeouts for Ranger Suarez to get this one started here. 2 down here in the first for Aaron Judge, and Suarez will get Judge to fly out to right field to end the bottom half of 1. Through 1, both teams are not on the board as we go to the top of 2. Where Junior Caminero is set to lead off against Andrew Abbott, and Abbott will get a strikeout himself now on Caminero. Both pitchers looking good here early on. Spencer Torkelson and Abbott will get Torkelson to line out to third base, and that card popping right back up. 2 down now for the Warriors, as Abbott goes to work against Cody Bellinger, and Abbott will strike out Bellinger. Would have been a strikeout on either card. Probably not back in the day whenever Status Pro was at its heyday. I bet a lot of those hitter cards back in the day didn't have a lot of strikeouts. That's just how different things are now. Wilson Contreras against Ranger Suarez. And he'll take a walk. First walk of the day. First person on base for either team, as Wilson Contreras gets on base. So 1 on for Hunter Goodman. And Suarez will get Goodman to ground out to third. Will be our A safe at first, but no, it is going to be a double play, as Suarez walks him, but then immediately gets the double there, and that'll bring up Bryce Turang now. And Suarez will strike out Turang to end 2. 3 strikeouts for Ranger Suarez for the Warriors, as we head to the top of the third now. Juan Soto up for the Warriors against Andrew Abbott. And Abbott will give up a single into center to Soto. Soto getting the first hit of the day here for either team. Goes on to first. He'll take second, and he will steal second. So Soto in there with a stolen base. Nobody out. Runner on second here. Chance to maybe drive in a run for Dansby Swanson. Sorry. Abbott will strike out Swanson, though. That's Abbott's third strikeout. Agustin Ramirez at the plate now. And Abbott will get him to pop up to the catcher. So now we've got 2 down with a runner on second. And back to the top of the lineup we go for Craig Biggio and Abbott. Biggio will single into right. And that's Ichiro out there. So that's Aaron Judge out there. So that is T2, and Soto is an A. Second to home. T2A. 11 to 62. But that's going to be 11 to 82. Is that right? He's just a T2. Okay. So it's going to be 11 to 82 to score. And Soto is in there. That is an RBI single for Biggio as Soto plates. And Biggio drives in the first run of the day. Judge unable to throw him out. And that'll bring up Christian Yelich now with a runner on first and 2 down. A 1-0 lead for the Warriors. And Yelich, he'll take that 1 yard as he gets a big old matzo ball and drives it out of the park. A home run for Christian Yelich, his first of the season. First of the year for Yelich. That will plate 2 more runs. And Abbott finds himself now down 3-0 here against the Warriors. Ramon Laureano now up. And Abbott will get Laureano to ground out to the pitcher. And that'll be how the top of 3 comes to a close there as Abbott finally gets out of the inning. So 3 runs up there for the Warriors as Trent Grisham will lead off against Ranger Suarez. And Ranger will strike out Grisham. 4th strikeout for Ranger Suarez brings up Yandy Diaz. And Yandy will take a walk. So 2nd walk of the day for Suarez. And that'll put Diaz on first. So 1 on, 1 down for L.A. De La Cruz. And De La Cruz will strike out. Big swing from him there. 5th strikeout for Suarez. 1 on, 2 down for the top of the lineup where it's Ichiro Suzuki. And Ichiro will get out as he grounds back to the pitcher. And that's how the bottom half of 3 comes to a close. Still no hits for the Ninjas as Suarez has looked good. Top of 4 we go. And Junior Caminero, the cleanup hitter against Andrew Abbott. And Abbott will strike out Caminero. So Andrew Abbott kind of calming himself back down here. 1 down will bring up Spencer Torkelson. And Abbott will get Torkelson to line out to 3rd base. But we've seen that a few times now here today. 2 down here in the 4th for Cody Bellinger. And Abbott will strike out Bellinger to end the top half of 4. 5th strikeout for Andrew Abbott. As we head to the bottom, Alex Bregman set to lead off for the Ninjas. And Bregman. Suarez will get Bregman to fly out to deep left, but still just an out. That'll bring up Aaron Judge. Suarez will strike out Aaron Judge. 6th strikeout for Ranger Suarez. Okay. They'll bring up Wilson Contreras. Walked in his first at bat. Suarez will strike him out, and that will end the 4th. 7th strikeout for Ranger Suarez. The Warriors still with a 3-0 lead as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Abbott against the bottom of the lineup, Juan Soto. And Abbott will give up the infield single to Soto. 4th hit given up today by Andrew Abbott. Soto's going to take off for second, and I believe he's going to get that. A or B steals, so could not keep him there. 2nd stolen base of the day for Juan Soto, and now we've got a runner on second, just like we did 2 innings ago, and Dansby Swanson at the plate. Swanson working against Abbott, and Swanson is going to strike out. 6th strikeout for Abbott. And that'll keep Soto on second for Agustin Ramirez now. 1 down. And Abbott will strike out Agustin. 2 down now for Craig Biggio. Still a runner on second for him. See what he does here. Abbott will strike out Biggio, so gives up the leadoff single, and then bang, bang, bang to get out of the 5th inning. Bottom of 5 we go. And Hunter Goodman, the catcher, set the lead off against Suarez. And Suarez will strike out Goodman. 3 straight strikeouts. For Suarez. Gives him 8 on the day. Bryce Turang at the plate now with 1 down. And Suarez will strike him out as well. Make that 4 straight strikeouts for Ranger Suarez. We've got 2 outs now for Trent Grisham. Suarez will get Grisham. Ground out to second base. That'll do it through 5 as the Ninjas struggle to get anything going here against Ranger Suarez, who has looked good. Top of 6, Christian Yelich set the lead off. He had the home run in his last plate appearance against Abbott. And Abbott will get Yelich this time to fly out to deep right. That'll bring up Ramon Laureano. And Abbott will strike out Laureano. 9th strikeout of the day for Abbott, as we've got 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Bring up Junior Caminero. And Abbott will strike him out as well. And now both pitchers getting themselves into a groove. 10 strikeouts for Andrew Abbott. But he is still giving up 3 runs and finds himself behind here. Bottom of the 6th we will go, where Yandy Diaz will lead off against Ranger Suarez. And Suarez will strike out Diaz. And the pitcher's duel continues. 10th strikeout for Suarez now. That'll bring up L.A. De La Cruz. And Suarez will give up the single into left to De La Cruz. First hit of the game for the Ninjas. And with 1 down and De La Cruz on first, he'll take off for second. 56. TA or TB rating at catcher. And that is caught stealing. So just as soon as De La Cruz got on, De La Cruz got out. So now 2 down. And the top of the lineup, Ichiro Suzuki. And Ichiro, he'll slap a single into right. So 2nd hit of the game now. And Ichiro will take off for second. 21. That one will get there this time. So Ichiro with the stolen base as well. Put a man on second with 2 down for Alex Bregman here as they try and do something against Suarez. And Suarez will get Bregman to line out right back to the pitcher. And just as soon as they got something going, they are down. Let's see. We're going to bring in a relief pitcher here. And it's going to be Gabe Spire. So Gabe Spire going to check in for the Ninjas as Abbott gives them 6 innings, 10 strikeouts. And Spencer Torkelson set to lead off the top of the 7th now. 3-0, Oaxaca out in front. Torkelson at the plate against Spire. And Gabe will get Torkelson. Ground out to third. That'll bring up Cody Bellinger. And Bellinger on Spire's card. And that'll be a strikeout. First strikeout of the game for Spire. We've got 2 down now and Juan Soto at the plate. Soto on Spire. And Soto will go down, grounding out to second. So Spire comes in, gets the Warriors out in the 7th, and we head to the bottom of the 7th here. What has been a pretty blasé game. Aaron Judge leading off against Ranger Suarez, and Judge will strike out. Got it on his card. Good opportunity for him. Instead, that's going to be the 11th strikeout for Ranger Suarez. That'll bring up Wilson Contreras. And Wilson, he will strike out. So back-to-back, getting it on their cards. And there's just not much those hitters can do in those situations. Got to take advantage. Hunter Goodman. Suarez will give up a single into center to Goodman. 3rd hit of the game given up. Goodman with the single will bring up Bryce Turang. And Suarez will calm it down, and he'll get him ground out to the shortstop, but an error. Yes, so an error, and it's going to be error 2. Wild throw, batter to second, runner to third, OBRARB on first scores. But that is not them. So that error, we got to record that right now. It's going to go against Dansby Swanson, and that's going to be the 2nd of the season for Swanson, and puts runners on 2nd and 3rd after Turang grounds out, but Swanson throws it past the first baseman. So Trent Grisham up, 2nd and 3rd now against Ranger Suarez, and Grisham will take a walk. So 3rd walk of the game for Suarez. Will load up the bases for Yandy Diaz. And a timeout's going to be taken as the Warriors want to come out and talk to Ranger Suarez, who threw 6 innings, looked really good, and now finds himself in a major jam as he's got the go-ahead run at the plate in Yandy Diaz. Just needs 1 out to get out of here. Will the Swanson error cost the Guerreros here? Let's find out. Diaz at the plate. Suarez winds and deals. And Yandy will get out of there as he grounds back to the pitcher. No error. So Suarez out of the jam through 7. And a bases loaded situation for the Ninjas, certainly their best yet, and they could not plate a run. We'll head now to the top of the 8th, where Dansby Swanson had the error, and he will lead off for the Warriors against Spire. And Swanson will smack a double into left, so making up for that error as he gets the hit to lead off the top of the 8th. And puts a man on second for Agustin Ramirez. And Ramirez is out of there. And he'll ground out to the shortstop. And the runner holds. I mean, I figured, but you never know. You never know. All right, so that'll bring up Craig Biggio. 1 down, 1 on. And Biggio. Spire will strike out Biggio. Second strikeout for Spire. Now 2 down. As that will bring up Christian Yelich, who homered earlier in the game. And Spire will get Yelich to ground out to third. No error. So the leadoff man gets on. But Spire able to work his way out of it. Bottom of the 8th we go. Suarez on the mound, but on a very short leash. Three to nothing. Warriors out in front. Ele De La Cruz set the lead off for the Ninjas. And Suarez will get De La Cruz to fly out to center. For 1 down. Ichiro Suzuki now at the plate. Ichiro 1 hit and a stolen base today. Ranger Suarez will strike out Suzuki. No one calls him Suzuki. That just felt weird. Suzuki. And that will bring up Alex Bregman. Suarez will give up the single into left to Bregman. So Bregman with the hit there. 1 on, 2 down. Suarez tells his manager he's good to go. That'll bring up Aaron Judge. And Judge is out of there as he lines out to the shortstop. So 4 hits today for the Ninjas through 8 innings. And I'm not sure that's going to get it done. Spire coming back out for the top of the 9th against Ramon Laureano. And Laureano will smack that ground rule double over the wall. So another double to lead off the inning here. As Spire gives up the hit to start the top of the 9th. That will bring up Junior Caminero. Spire will get Caminero to pop up to second base. 1 down. Top of the 9th. Spencer Torkelson at the plate. Spire. Torkelson will get a single into left. And they're not going to test that arm out there, as that's Ichiro out there in left field. So 7th hit now. Runners on the corners for Cody Bellinger. And Bellinger will strike out. So a big strikeout there for Spire, making it 2 down now. For Juan Soto. And Spire will strike out Soto as well. So Spire really got himself in a jam there, but manages to fight his way out of it. Reliever going to come in for the Warriors, and it's going to be Trevor Miguel from the Milwaukee Brewers up on the mound, trying to come in and get this save. He'll take on Wilson Contreras to start the bottom of 9 with a 3-0 lead. Miguel against Contreras, and PBZ 31. Batter doubles to right but misses first base. An appeal is made and he is out. So Contreras singles into right, misses the base. They see it, or excuse me, doubles. Yeah, we're gonna allow that. So he doubles. I think it's just he's out, right? He's okay. So a very confusing play here to kick off the bottom of the 9th. As Contreras misses first and is out of there. Now Miguel against Hunter Goodman, and Miguel will strike out Goodman. Ralph Macchio, the manager for the Ninjas, is beside himself over there. 2 down for Bryce Turang. And Miguel will get Turang to line out to third, and that's how this one will come to a close. Ranger Suarez absolutely dominant today out there on the mound. Miguel comes in and gets the save. Your MVP of the game is going to be Christian Yelich for his 2-run shot in the top of the third, and it was those runs in the third was all the Warriors needed to get the 3-0 win here today. That's going to do it for this. Tune in for more Week 3 XLB action coming up. Thanks for watching.